Thank you. And let me go ahead and start the recording's already going. So if you guys want to be on the recording, you can keep your webcams open. You're this big, so I can't really see to make any recommendations or anything as we go. So it's up to you if you want to be on the recording or not. And if not, go ahead and for sure you need to mute yourself though, and then you can have your webcam on or off, doesn't matter. All right, so we have the setup here with a chair, and I have blocks, which are optional. And if you have them, put one on either side, and then something to slide your feet on, depending on what surface your floor is. I have carpet, so you can use paper plates, or these are furniture sliders. And then I have blankets on top of my chair because my legs are longer than the chair is high. If your legs are shorter than the chair is high, you'll put your blankets down on the floor to bring your feet up a little. All right, I think that's all the usual. My glasses over there. All right, so, and also, as much as you can throughout the class, sit forward in the chair. And this uses your spinal muscles to hold yourself upright, which are not used to holding ourselves sort of unsupported. And they may not be strong enough to hold your body upright for very long. And so when they get tired, they kind of start to burn right there between the shoulder blades. And don't let that happen. Just scooch back or lean back when you need to. But as much as you can, come forward in the chair and let those spinal muscles strengthen. Let your core muscles strengthen. Your abdominals and the spinal muscles have to both be strong to hold you upright. All right, we're going to start with some breathing and centering here. So let's just start in a comfortable position. And take a moment to tune into your breath. So last week we were playing with this circular breath pattern, so I'm going to describe that again. So imagine your inhale comes in through the nasal passageway and goes to the very top of the spine where the skull meets the top of the neck, and that your inhale goes down the spine. And each subsequent inhale, take it further and further, even all the way to the tailbone, even all the way to the pelvic floor. So inhale down the back body, and we're going to exhale from the belly up the front body. So that's that circular breath pattern. And you might notice, it's very subtle, but you might notice that if you get that inhale all the way down to the pelvic floor, that there is a little pressure of the pelvic floor on the chair or whatever you're sitting on. And then you want to exhale from the pelvic floor up, kind of pulling that pelvic floor up off of the chair as you exhale. It feels like the bladder lifts, and there's like a lift as you go, including the diaphragm, which lifts as you exhale. And then when you inhale, even though you're inhaling down the spine, this is of course a visualization, there's no lung tissue in your spine. So inhaling down the spine, on the inhale is when that diaphragm moves down, and on the exhale it moves up. So we're kind of going with that. So when your diaphragm moves down, feel like the pelvic floor diaphragm also moves down and puts a little pressure on the chair. So this is good as we age to get in contact with that pelvic floor and sync its movement up. So just as your respiratory diaphragm moves down on your inhale, so does the pelvic floor diaphragm moves down. So that's that pressure you'll feel into the chair. And then on the exhale, you want that pelvic floor to dome back up and the respiratory diaphragm to dome back up. So these two diaphragms work in sync. And you want these diaphragms to work with the movements. So, for example, when you're lifting or exerting force against something, um, that should be your exhale, so that pelvic floor is lifted. You don't want a full breath, pelvic floor down, and then put pressure on it. Like no forward bending on that, because you're just going to weaken the pelvic floor. It's already open and expanded. You don't want to put pressure on that. So on your exhale is when you do the exertion. So we'll play with that through our class today. Let's add a little movement to this circular breath pattern. So keep that breath pattern going as much as you can throughout this practice. Every now and then there are movements that you just can't keep, it's like juggling too many balls. Just let one ball go. Excuse me. And so as we add movement, some of the movements you'll be able to add that circular breath pattern on top of the movement, but otherwise just get the movement down and use my breath cues to remind yourself not to hold the breath. Breath cues just to remind you to breathe. So let's start with the palms down on the lap. Exhale from the belly up. Inhale down the back body as you roll the hands so the palms turned up. Exhale, they go down. And you go in pace with your breath. Your breath may be faster or slower than mine. Doesn't matter. You'll get more or less repetitions of the movement we're doing, and we'll be doing the movements in repetition, repeating the same movement over and over. And that gives us a better chance to get the breath to sync up by maybe the fourth or fifth repetition. All right, we're going to keep the upper arm in place. That's from your shoulder to your elbow. And swing the arms out. The lower arm's going to swing out on the inhale. And exhale back to the lap, palms down. And just keep going like that. Exhale, palms come back down, palms down. And then add that circular breath pattern if you haven't already. If the inhale is not coming down the back body for you, just inhale any old way. The more important part of the breath is that exhale from the belly and that kind of lifting of the pelvic floor. The belly bladder feels like it lifts, the belly lifts, the diaphragm lifts. You can't feel all of these things, of course, but as a visualization, feel that sort of lifting of the inner front body. All right, we're going to let the elbows start to move a little bit out from the body. So the arms lift a little bit more, staying within your comfortable range of motion. So some folks, often we have shoulder issues, one or more folks in class. So you just do the range of motion comfortable for you. You can go higher. You can bring the arms up in front or out to the sides, your choice. So you might swing them out and up, as high up as comfortable for you. Exhale, they come back down. You're exhaling from the belly up, or you can take them up in front. And often the shoulders, some of them have some shoulder issue that'll prevent one of those two movements, but sometimes you can access the other one. And if not, just take the shoulders, the arms up as high as they can. Maybe they can come up about shoulder height or height of the heart, or else just keep your elbows in close to the body. Let's do one more. And the more you play with that breath pattern, the easier and easier it gets. So if this is your first time playing with that, you cut yourself some slack. It often takes time. Sorry about that. That's my dog, Curry. And now we'll come to the spine. So on the exhale, round the spine toward the back of the chair, and the head's going to go down. And then inhale, roll your collarbones up and squeeze the shoulder blades together toward a little back bend. Exhale from the belly up, kind of squish this space where you're exhaling from. And then inhale down the back body as though that breath is like helium that helps to lift and lengthen your spine. You're going to add the shoulder blade action on that to give it a little back bend at the end of that inhale. And these we call cat-cow movements. A rounded spine and a little baby back bend. All right. Come to neutral on your next inhale, just to neutral with a long spine. Bring your hands to your hips. Wait for an exhale. On an exhale, lean to one side. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, other side. And we'll go side to side a couple times. And here you want to make sure the body's okay going in and out of this lateral movement. And no kinks or catches. Sometimes we get a kink or a catch in the ribs or in the back. Don't go so far into it or just skip this movement. You can skip any movement that your body is saying, hey, I don't know about that. Then just skip the movement and catch up with us on the next one. All right, if this movement happens to be completely comfortable for you, we're going to do a stay in the movement. So you come into it and stay. You can use your hand down on the chair leg, or if you have your block there, bring your hand to your block. And the other arm, we're going to raise it up and over by the ear. Range of motion has to be comfortable for you. And then put that arm back in reverse, all the way back to the hip. Exhaling. And inhale, come on back up. And then we'll go to the other side. Exhale over. You can come down the chair leg or find your block there. Adding the arm. And the arm just goes as comfortable for you. You might just reach straight up toward the ceiling or you keep it at the hip. Inhale that arm up. Exhale it back to the hip. And inhale, come on up. All right, we'll take a cat-cow movement here. And these cat-cow movements are good to do after laterals or twists, just to square everything back up in case, one, you don't do the movement evenly to both sides. This will help kind of square it back up. Or if you did get a little catch in there, sometimes the catch doesn't come in till the end, and or it comes on your way back out of the pose. So this sometimes helps to work all those little kinks and catches out. All right, next we'll take a twist to each side. So we'll add the arms in this one. Inhale, the arms up part way. Exhale, bring one hand to the opposite knee and the other hand just goes back behind anywhere. Inhale, come right back to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. And just keep going side to side. You can add the head movement into this. Your head can turn as well and look toward the side wall or even back behind you. Has to be comfortable for your neck. Go side to side a few times. You're going to exhale when you twist. Inhale to center. And keep going. If comfortable, to stay on your next twist, come into the twist and just stay right there. Keep lengthening the spine when you inhale, especially. Exhale from the belly up. Also helps to keep the spine long. And then on an inhale, unwind, come back to center. And exhale, other side. Stay right there, that circular breath pattern. Inhale back to center. And exhale, we'll go right into those cat-cow movements. All right, let's come into the hips now. So scooch forward to the very edge of the chair and bring one foot back underneath you. Toes are tucked under. And the heel is high, heel up. And on the inhale, you're going to take that knee out to the side on the inhale. Exhale, close it up back to center. And keep repeating. Inhale, leg out. Exhale, back in. You can drop the heel down toward the floor when you bring that knee back in. You get a little calf stretch. Inhale, let those hip rotators roll the leg out. Exhale, back in. One more. I'll take the second side. And that knee or that foot back underneath you with the heel high. Inhale, rotate the hip in the hip socket. Exhale, close it back up. Inhaling out, exhaling back in. And you can drop that heel down, add that heel drop for the extra calf stretch if you like. All right, let's have this be the last one. And relax the feet and bring whatever it is you're going to slide your feet on the floor in. Let's just start with one leg and put the heel on your slider and stretch the leg out towards straight on the inhale. Foot's flexed. Exhale, bring it back in. And keep going like that. Spread the toes on that inhale. Exhale, back in. You can even slide the foot underneath your chair if you don't have a rung across the chair. You can do that. Inhale, stretch out. And then start to head out toward the side bit by bit. Spoke by spoke. One spoke at a time, like a bicycle wheel. And take it as far out to the side as your hips and legs allow. And then back it off a little bit. So don't go to your extreme side, but somewhere in the middle here, and just hold right there and point and flex. And then bring it back in. Go back out again, circle the ankle around a couple of times in one direction, a couple of times in the other direction. And then back in and work your way back up to the top. Exhale, the knee pulls in, inhale out. All right, then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Changing legs. Heel on the surface that you're going to slide on. Out on the inhale, back in on the exhale. Circular breath pattern is a bonus if you can get that added on while you're sort of like patting your head and rubbing your belly at the same time. Let's see if you can get that going. At least the exhale from the belly. Exhale from the belly. Each time you pull that leg back in. Exhale from the belly. I have to scoot side to side because the edges of my chairs scoops up. And it's wood, so it catches my thigh in just the wrong spot. So once you go all the way out to your extreme, come back in a little bit to a more neutral position and point and flex. And then ease the knee again, back in and out, and ankle circles a couple of times in each direction, clockwise and counter. And then work your way back up to the top. All right. All right, let's come to the shoulders now. We're going to bring the shoulders up toward the ears and then roll them back so the shoulder blades squeeze in toward each other and release. And we'll do that again. Inhale, stretch the shoulders up and back. Exhale, release them down. I'm going to add the elbows getting involved too. Elbows and shoulders lift. Elbows go back and down. One more. And relax. All right, we're going to bring the hands together, the fingertips press together, thumbs and fingers press on the exhale. You're exhaling from the belly up. Inhale. Exhale, press. Exhale from the belly. And then the fingers, the whole finger, not the palm. Exhale, push. Again. And then the whole palm. Keep your shoulder blades together, so don't let your shoulders round. Squeeze the bottom tips of the shoulder blades in toward each other. Inhale. Exhale from the belly and push. Push the hands together. Inhale and exhale from the belly. Press. Do one more. Squeeze the shoulder blades together too. So the palms are pressing and the shoulder blades are pressing in toward each other. All right, bring one elbow up, fingertips to the shoulder. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Other hand's going to come underneath, and that's where the press is going to be. And you're going to press the elbow down into the hand while you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and exhaling from the belly. It's like 3 balls to juggle. Inhale, exhale from the belly and press. Release. Again, exhale from the belly and press. And then bring your hand to the inside of the elbow. Inhale. Exhale from the belly and press. Inhale. Exhale, press. Bring your hand to the top now. So it's like the elbow's trying to lift, but your hand is preventing it. Keep your shoulder blades squeezing in toward each other so you're not rounded in your shoulders. Inhale, exhale from the belly and press. Inhale, exhale, press. All right, one more. This one's a little hard to keep your shoulder blades in, especially the arm that's reaching across. So the elbow that's lifted, that shoulder blade, really keep it in. This other, your arm that's moving across, it's okay if that shoulder blade comes out. Keep your elbow up in front. Try not to let it go out to the side. Keep your elbow up in front. Inhale, and you're going to try to pull your elbow in, and your elbow's trying to go out to the side. So you got that's where the pressure is, the isometric work. Exhale, just relax, and then inhale. Exhale from the belly and press. Elbow and hand against each other. Inhale, release. Keep your shoulder blade in. Exhale, press. All right, and then just relax. Shake the arm, shake both arms out. Circle the arms around a little, loosey-goosey on the arms. All right, and then let's do the other side. Bring the other elbow up, fingertips to the shoulder. Squeeze those shoulder blades in toward each other and bring the hand underneath on the bottom. Inhale and exhale, press. 2 times. We're exhaling from the belly. Inside, you can do them in any order. And the inhale, release. Exhale from the belly, press. Get the exhale from the belly going first and then really press. I think that was 2 times on that side. Let's do the top next. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, press. Inhale, release. Exhale from the belly, press. And the last side, 2 times over there. Exhale, press. Don't forget to keep that shoulder blade in. Seems like that side went faster. Did I forget something? Shake them loose. I think I was just talking more on the other side. All right. So the upper arms, shoulders should feel pretty worked now. And so that's why we shake them out. All right, we're going to come back to the hips and legs. We're going to turn sideways on the chair. You can turn just a little bit, like toward the corner of the chair, or you can go all the way to the side, your choice. I'm actually going to do my other side first. I'm working with an injured knee, so I want to show you my good side first. So before we did the spokes up at the front half of our, from straight ahead of to our body toward out to the side. So we're going to pick it up where we left off, out to the side. That's your inhale, and as you exhale, bring it back in. And keep going out on the inhale, bring it back in on the exhale. Let's get that circular breath pattern going again. So you inhale down the back body, exhale from the belly up. Just keep doing different spokes. And this is stretching into the hip a little bit more. Your hands and arms can be anywhere on the chair. That front leg is best if it can clear the front of the chair and hang down in front of the chair and get more range of motion. All right, pick one of those spokes to hold the leg on, and we're going to turn the heel up and down. Back heel's going up and down a couple of times, and the toes are tucked under. You can see that better. Toes tucked under and the heels coming forward for a deeper toe stretch, and then push the heel back for a calf stretch. Heel forward, heel back. So it's kind of like pointing and flexing like we did on the front spokes, but this pointing and flexing works the leg, the ankle a little bit different. And then just release that leg back in, and we'll walk it around to the other side. And this is my injured knee, so I may not be able to do much on this side. We're always honoring whatever our body is capable of today. Every day is a new day, right? Inhale, the leg stretches out. Exhale, it comes back in. Inhale, out. Ooh. Exhale, back in. So if I turn my foot, I can get the leg out and back in a little more. So I might not be able to do, let's see if I can do it. Oh yeah, that's fine. Oh, maybe not all the way. Oh, no, it doesn't like that one. So you keep going, doing your range of motion on this side. My knee doesn't like that. Let's see if I can just do that. All right, I'm trying to think about how many reps we did, and then picking one of those spokes. And you're going to tuck your toes under. Oh, I think my leg can do that. I'll show it back again on this side. And that heel's going to turn up and down, and up and down, and forward and back. The heel forward with the toes tucked under, and then push the heel back. You can see the slider is sliding on the floor just that little bit. That helps that movement. All right, and then walk it back to the front. And let's bring both sliders in. And take both legs out and in at the same time. And you can just scoot forward and bring your hands back behind you. Inhale, both legs stretch out. Exhale and back in. Next time they go out, leave them out. Let's see if my leg will do this. Take the toes out, back up to center, and toes in. Oh yeah, my one leg doesn't like that. Both toes go out, both toes come in if your leg allows. Mine doesn't allow that. Right knee doesn't want to come in. I can bend it a little. Nope, it doesn't like that either. All right, and then square it up and we'll go straight out and in again a couple of times. All right. Opened up. All right, we don't need the sliders now. We're gonna do some leg lifts with the belly strength. And the belly strength just simply means exhale from the belly as you lift a knee. So it's kind of marching in place. We'll lift one leg and then the other on the exhale. Same breath pattern. And remember the inhale, if you can't get that inhale to go down the back body, because that is a difficult feel, just inhale any old way. The exhale from the belly up is important. So let's just play with that. Just bring your hands to your belly and exhale. You can use your hands to press the belly in, exhale. And it almost feels like, and then inhale and relax the belly. I almost want you to feel like when you're exhaling and lifting, that exhale lifts the knee. And then you inhale and it goes back down. Exhale, lift the other knee. Inhale, goes back down. And just going side to side. You can use your hands behind you, or if that helps to have your hands pressing the belly in when you lift the knee, great. Otherwise, that tends to make you round the spine and go back, and I'd rather you stay upright. And so using the hands behind you to keep your spine upright is better, and it more forces the abdominal muscles to work. Only if you can get that coordinated, the breath coordinated. So if the breath exhaling from the belly isn't coordinated yet, then keep your hands here and just allow that little bit of roundedness for now. But as soon as you can get that exhale from the belly, keep your hands behind you to keep your spine upright. And that will really make the belly heat up. So we want the belly to feel like it's what's doing the work, not the hip flexors, which are, of course, are flexing because the knee is lifting, but we want the belly to heat up. So the belly says, oh yeah, I can do that for you. You leg, you can take a little load off. I'll help you get your knee lifted. Many times we let our abdominals take a vacation when they should be helping, and we let the other muscles do all the work. I want you to train the neurons firing off to the belly, pull in and help lift that leg. Belly, pull in and lift that leg. If this is easy for you, you can bring the leg up on the exhale, inhale, stretch the leg out, exhale, bend it, and inhale back down. And you want the hip flexors are going to work a little bit, so you'll get a little heat on the top of the thigh there, but you really want the belly to help hold the weight of that leg the whole time. Exhale, belly. So keep the belly toned when you stretch the leg towards straight. Take your inhale up a little higher. Exhale from the belly and inhale back down. So you don't want to inhale and poof out the belly. Keep the belly toned on the inhale. So just let your inhale maybe come to your side ribs or in the back body, up a little higher, not all the way down. Now I've lost track of how many we've done. Well, we didn't do this leg at all, did we? Let's do one more each side. All right, and that's one way you can get some abdominal work in a chair. Here's another way. So we're going to stay scooched forward a little bit, but we're going to round our back into the chair. So we're kind of slouched a little bit. and drop the chin down. And I want to feel like there's a string coming out the top of your head that's attached to the top of the spine. And of course, all of the vertebrae of the spine are connected one by one, all the way down to the tailbone. And that string that's pulling out the top of your head is going to pull the top vertebrae, which connects to the next one, the next one, the next one. So you, from pulling the string forward toward the wall in front of you or toward the screen, your computer screen, you're going to start to pull the belly in. So you're going to, this will be the exertion. So you're going to inhale while you're relaxed here, and then exhale from the belly when that string starts to pull. And then just come all the way up to an upright position and inhale here. And then exhale, feel like the great puppeteer in the sky is pulling that string and easing you back. Make sure your belly is doing the work on both the up and the back, on the movement, in other words. So exhale from the belly, be pulled a lot. You're just like a puppet, just be pulled up and then come all the way upright and inhale here. And then slouch back, belly exhaling. Back you go. Just check, you want to ease into the chair so gently. Inhale there, and then again, exhale from the belly. So these are sit-ups in a chair. One more, back. And one more up. Exhale, up you go. All right, and another abdominals in a chair. Get your feet under you as though you're going to stand up out of the chair. We're going to try not to use our hands to help, but you certainly may if you like. And it doesn't actually matter if you get up out of the chair or not, because your abdominals are going to work no matter what. So instead of slouching back, we're going to kind of keep the spine in line from the head to the tail, but a little bit, let me show this from the side, a little bit leaned forward. And you're going to look down, and that same string is going to pull, and you can bring your feet back in underneath you. So you're ready to stand up. That same string is going to pull out, you're exhaling from the belly as though to lift out of the chair. And that same string is pulling as though to ease you back very gently onto the chair. This will work a lot of muscles. Leg muscles, belly muscles, and really it's just teaching the body how to get in and out of a chair with good alignment. All right, so let's do that a few times. So again, it doesn't matter if you get out of the chair or not. Those muscles, same muscles, are still working no matter if you stand up straight all the way up out of the chair, or if you just barely get out and back down, that's fine too. Exhale as though to get out of the chair. And then ease back down on an exhale. So if you're barely getting out of the chair, go toward up and back all on an exhale. So a nice long exhale. So inhale, exhale, almost up, almost back down, or all the way back down, all on the exhale. So and then just inhale here. And then exhale, almost up, exhale, keep exhaling as you go back down. Otherwise, you can exhale up, inhale while you're up here, and exhale, look down, ease back. That string's pulling out the top of your head that tones your belly as you ease back into the chair. All right, let's do a sun salute in a chair now. Sitting forward in the chair, hands down. This is position one. Exhale. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Any height, any way comfortable for you in your range of motion. Exhale, a forward bend, which might be just a rounded spine or elbows to the knees, or you can slide your hands further down towards your feet. That's your exhale movement. And then come on back up. And exhale, we're going to lift one knee like we did before, a lunge. And then stretch your both legs out in front, hands to the back of the chair. We're going to press into the chair as though to lift our hips up, but it's mostly for arm strength. And so whenever you're doing arm strengtheners, you want to make sure those shoulder blades are in toward each other, what I call the back heart alignment. So squeeze those shoulder blades together and press. And not really actually to lift up out of the chair, but just for the arm strength action. And then you can bend the knees and take a little back bend here. Head going up only as comfortable for you and your neck. And then let's stretch the legs back out and the arms up. Any range of motion comfortable for you. And then bring the arms back down, the knees in, and we're going to exhale and lift that other leg. Inhale the leg back down. Exhale, fold over the legs or any forward fold that you like. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms can go up as high as you like. And exhale back to position 1 or start position. Let's do that again. Exhale here. Inhale, position 2, arms up. Position 3 is the forward bend. Inhale back up. Position 4 is a lunge. Exhale from the belly, one leg lifts. Position 5 is downward dog with the legs straight and the arm work, arm strengthening variation of downward dog. And then a back bend is position 6. And then we go back through. We go back to position 5, but we're going to take the other variation of downward dog where it's the shoulder stretch. And then back down, and then we'll take position 4, the lunge. Just keep alternating the leg. If you forget which knee you're on, it's okay. Position 3 is the forward fold. Exhale. Inhale all the way up, position 2. And back to position 1. So you go out and circle back. So it's a circular pattern. Another circular pattern, 2 circular patterns in one day. So that 2 things that we did today, the 6 directions of the spine, which we did in the very beginning. Direction 1 was the cat, and the cow is direction 2. Lateral left and lateral right are positions 3 and 4, and twist right and left are positions 5 and 6. So moving your spine in 6 directions every day. Twist, laterals, and just in this forward bend, back bend position. Really good and healthy for you to do for your spine every day. And then that sun salute, which gets all the major muscle groups working. So, and I do have that as a handout. If anyone's interested, email me and I'd be happy to send you that. And my email is JJ Gormley, which is the name on the registration. I think you see that, but then add 360, like I'm going in circles, at gmail.com. JJ Gormley at 360. All right, let's turn to the side. We're going to take I better do my other leg. We're going to do some standing poses in a chair. So turn to the side and set that back leg on any of those spokes out to the back side. And you can have that heel up or down, your choice. I'm going to turn mine down. And then turn toward your front knee. And on the exhale from the belly, fold over that leg. Inhale, come on back up. Take the arms up for warrior 1. Turn sideways toward the screen. Take your arms down, shoulder height, warrior 2. And then elbow to thigh, other hand to the hip for flank stretch. And we'll stay right here. And you can add that arm up or over, a little deeper stretch, and then put that arm in reverse back to the hip. We're going to come up for warrior 2. Stay here for the exhale. Turn toward the front knee, arms up for warrior 1. Arms back down, fold over, exhale from the belly. And inhale back up, exhale, bend the back knee. So when we're exhaling and folding forward, you might be able, maybe you can tell that's why it's important to exhale from the pelvic floor up. So when you exhale and the knee and the belly are going to get that compression, you don't want that pressure on pushing down on the pelvic floor. So that's why you want to exhale and get that pelvic floor up before you fold and squish and push down on it. All right, let me see if I can do my other side in some way, shape, or form. So pick a position for that back leg that's comfortable for you and your knee. I'm going to just take it to there today and turn toward your front knee. Exhale, fold over that front knee, exhaling from the belly up. Inhale all the way up, arms up, warrior one. Turning sideways, arms to shoulder height for warrior two. Next exhale, elbow to thigh, hand to the hip. And the arm can do a little more work if it's comfortable. And then put it in reverse, back to the hip, exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Stay here for the exhale. Turning and arms up, warrior one. Fold over the front knee for exhaling from the pelvic floor. Back up and bend the back knee. Come to face forward. And we'll take some counter poses now after all those. Let's counter pose the legs first, just shaking them out and in, not shaking them, but just stretching them out and in, out on the inhale, back in on the exhale. And you can do one leg at a time or both. If you're doing one leg at a time, maybe do 3 or 4 on one side and then switch it over and do 3 or 4 on the other. Some of the time you can have the ball of your foot down toward the floor in a point, and some of the time heels are on the floor, toes lift for a flex. So you either get the stretch across the top of the ankle or the back of the calf and back of the leg. Oops. All right, I lost count. Let's call that 6 to 8. And we're gonna shake out the arms now from that arm strengthening that we did. Keep the elbows nice and bent so it's kind of loosey-goosey. And we're gonna stretch the arms up the max that you did. So I took my arms all the way up, but I keep my elbows bent so it's nice and easier. And then we're gonna go a little lower and lower and lower. Inhaling up, exhaling down, and then kind of reversing how we opened the class today until those elbows are close into the body now. The lower arm is going out on the inhale, back in on the exhale. And then next time your hands land on the lap, keep them there and just palm flips. With these palm flips, we're going to add cat-cow. So when the palms are down, the spine is rounded, look down. When the palms go up, take a tiny back bend, not a biggest back bend you can do, but maybe just a little bit past neutral. And then the next time the palms are down, keep them down, but we're going to keep moving the spine. Cat-cow. And then just relax, and you're welcome to relax and scoot back to the back of the chair, or if comfortable to still stay sitting forward. But anytime your back gets tired, just lean back into the chair. Eyes can close if you like, and your feet can be off the sliders if comfortable, or just let your feet be flat on the floor and grounded. So whatever surface you need to have your feet flat on the floor, not the heels lifting or anything like that. So good contact. All right, instead of imagining that we're breathing in through the nose, we're going to imagine we're breathing in through our feet. And each subsequent inhale, bring the inhale up higher and higher and higher in the body. And exhale back out through the feet too. And some people say they feel like one, like, so it's like sort of like straws or tubes that are bendable. Some people say they feel like one tube is more open than the other. If you feel that, don't keep doing the more open one. Focus on the one that needs to be open. And so what I do is to say I don't need this knee, I'm going to put my palm down on that side, but I do need this leg to be more open. I'm going to put my palm up on that side. Open palm is for receiving. So you want to receive more openness on this side. See if that helps. And after a few breaths of that, then try both sides again. And at this point, if they're still blocked, one's still blocked, don't worry about it. Just do the best you can with that visualization, breathing in and out through both feet. Another couple of breaths. And then just make sure the eyes are soft and relaxed, the tongue is relaxed. Any other place in your body that you can relax just a smidge more. You are more than welcome to stay there, releasing and relaxing. I'm going to say thank you for joining me. Namaste.